Amid the roar of engines and the glare of MotoGP circuit lights, Pramac Yamaha dropped a verbal bombshell that shook the paddock. "No more excuses, Jack." This brutal message was an ultimatum to Jack Miller, who joined the team in 2025 after leaving KTM. His performance must soar this season, or 2026 could mark the end of his journey with the team. This isn't just a warning, it's a knife at the throat of his MotoGP career. Why is this message so ruthless? How will Miller, the gutsy Australian rider, handle this pressure? Let's dive into the drama and stick around until the finish line. The phrase "no more excuses" hits harder than a first corner crash. It's a blunt statement from Pramac Yamaha that they won't tolerate failure. Miller, who signed with the team for 2025, is expected to be the key to reviving the Yamaha YZR-M1, which still lags behind the dominant Ducati and Aprilia. But with a one-year contract and the pressure to adapt instantly, this message screams, "We've given you the bike, the team, and our trust. Deliver or get out." This ultimatum puts Miller on the edge. Pramac Yamaha, which switched from Ducati to Yamaha in 2024, has no time to waste. If Miller fails to get the bike to the front, the team is ready to look elsewhere, perhaps a young Moto2 talent or another seasoned rider. Yet behind the threat of a 2026 split, there's a golden opportunity. Yamaha is pouring resources into improving the YZR-M1 for 2025, and Miller could be a hero if he unlocks the bike's potential. MotoGP is a merciless world, and no more excuses reflects its cutthroat culture. Miller, with 10 years of experience across 3 manufacturers, Honda, Ducati, KTM, is seen as capable of shining immediately. However, his move to Pramac Yamaha in 2025 is a massive challenge. The YZR-M1 demands a precise riding style, unlike the more aggressive KTM RC16 he rode before. The team doesn't want to hear complaints about adaptation or bike shortcomings. They want results. The brutality of this message also lies in its timing. Miller joined Pramac Yamaha after losing his KTM seat in 2024 to rising star Pedro Acosta. With just a one-year deal, he's the Yamaha rider with the shakiest future. In a fierce battle against Ducati, Aprilia and KTM, Yamaha can't afford to dawdle. This ultimatum is a way to force Miller to unleash his best, or clear the path for fresh blood. Jack Miller is a name synonymous with grit and charisma. The rider from Townsville, Australia, began his career with a wild leap from Moto3 to MotoGP in 2015 with LCR Honda. He silenced critics with a dramatic win at Assen 2016, mastering a Honda in pouring rain. After 3 years at Pramac Ducati, 2018 to 2020, earning 9 podiums, he moved to the factory Ducati team, clinching 2 wins in 2021. His stint at KTM in 2023 to 2024 was less stellar, with only 2 podiums in 2023 and a 15th place finish in 2024. Joining Pramac Yamaha in 2025 was a risky move. Yamaha is fighting to reclaim the glory days of Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo, but the YZR-M1 still struggles with straight-line speed and acceleration. Miller, used to competitive Ducati and KTM machines, must quickly adapt to Yamaha's smoother, precision-driven style. With his experience across 3 manufacturers, he's expected not only to compete on track but also to aid bike development, a heavy burden for his debut season. Pramac Yamaha, a team with a storied history, switched from Ducati to Yamaha in 2025 after 20 years of partnership. The transition has been tough, as the YZR-M1 trails its rivals. In 2024, the team leaned on riders like Miguel Oliveira, but results fell short. Hiring Miller for 2025 was a strategic move. Yamaha wants his experience to refine the bike while chasing points on track. The "no more excuses" ultimatum reflects Pramac's sky-high ambitions. With full factory support and a 2025 spec bike, the team aims to fight at the front. Miller is central to this plan, but the pressure to deliver instantly is immense, especially after Yamaha's disappointing 2024 season. The 2025 season is a make-or-break moment for Jack Miller. Yamaha has promised a more competitive YZR-M1 with upgrades to the engine, aerodynamics and electronics. Pre-season tests in Sepang and Qatar will set the tone. In a February 2025 X post, Miller wrote, "Sepang test done, bike feels sharper and I'm getting the hang of it, ready to rip in Qatar." This optimism is promising, but the racetrack is the ultimate judge. Miller's success hinges on quick adaptation. His aggressive riding style must align with Yamaha's need for precision, as shown by Fabio Quartararo. He also needs to work closely with the technical team to provide development feedback, a critical role in modern MotoGP. If Miller can blend speed, consistency, and teamwork, he could snag podiums, perhaps at his beloved Phillip Island. But if he's stuck in 10th to 15th, the threat of a 2026 exit will become reality. Pramac Yamaha's brutal message has sparked a storm in the paddock and on social media. Outlets like motorsport.com called the ultimatum tough but fair, given the high expectations for Miller. Some pundits, however, worry the pressure could dent his confidence. Miller remains cool in public. In a recent interview, he said, "I thrive on pressure. Let's prove it on the track." This attitude is why fans adore him, but behind the grin, he surely feels the weight. The 2025 season will shape Miller's fate. Here are some scenarios. Epic comeback, Miller masters the Yamaha, the bike improves and he grabs podiums, maybe at Assen or Phillip Island. Struggle and split, slow adaptation, a lagging bike and mid-pack finishes heighten the risk of a 2026 exit. Behind this brutal ultimatum, Jack Miller remains one of MotoGP's most magnetic figures. With the nickname Jackass reflecting his daring spirit, he has won fans' hearts since his epic victory at Assen in 2016. However, the 2025 season is not just about maintaining popularity, it's about proving he still belongs on the grid. Every race will be a stage to showcase his resolve, with the world's eyes fixed on him. Imagine Miller speeding through Phillip Island, his home circuit with thousands of Australian fans roaring his name, a moment that could be a turning point or an emotional farewell. Will he transform the threat into motivation, or will the pressure prove too heavy for his shoulders? As Miller prepares for the 2025 season, the MotoGP paddock buzzes with wild speculation. Who will replace him if he falters? Names like Fermin Aldeguer from Moto2 or even veteran riders like Alex Espargaro, if he returns from retirement, are surfacing in fan forums. The MotoGP community fuels heated discussions, with some predicting a Miller resurgence akin to his 2021 Ducati comeback, while others doubt his ability to adapt to Yamaha. One thing is certain. Every lap in 2025 will feel like the final act of an action movie, with Miller as the protagonist battling against the odds. Will he script a heroic tale, or are we witnessing the bitter end of one of MotoGP's icons? Now, MotoGP fans, it's your turn. What do you think of Pramac Yamaha's savage ultimatum to Jack Miller? Will he rise like he did at Assen 2016, or is 2026 the end of his story? Drop your predictions in the comments. Share your favorite Miller moment, his epic wins or his hilarious quips. Let's heat up this virtual paddock. Are you #Team Jack Miller? Or do you think Yamaha should hunt for a new rider? Spill your reasons and let's make this discussion faster than a YZR-M1 on a straight. Who knows, your take might go viral among MotoGP fans. Full throttle, let's go.
Welcome to GP Talks. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.